Imagine being a kid, and your classroom is a temple courtyard. No notebooks, no uniforms, no exams, just a teacher, a few students, and knowledge passed through memory. So how did we go from that to online classes and AI tutors? Today, we time travel through the evolution of education, era by era. Long before schools existed, education was simple: survive and belong. Kids learned by watching adults how to farm, hunt, cook, build, and trade. Stories weren't just entertainment, they were lessons. Rules, values, history, all carried through songs, myths, and rituals. Back then, your brain was the library, and if a community forgot something, that knowledge could disappear forever. As civilizations grew, education became organized. In parts of India, students lived with teachers in gurukuls, learning discipline, language, math, philosophy, and ethics. In Greece, thinkers taught logic, debate, and reasoning, training students to question and argue. In China, education connected to civil service, where intense study prepared students for exams and government roles. But there was a catch. Education wasn't for everyone. It was usually for the wealthy, the chosen, or the privileged. Then came a quiet revolution: writing. Now knowledge could be stored outside the human mind. Ideas could travel across time, not just across villages. But books were handwritten, rare, and expensive. Learning was still limited, because copying a single book could take months or years. Knowledge existed, but it moved slowly. Everything changed when printing arrived. Books became cheaper. More people learned to read. New ideas spread fast, and education started to break out of elite circles. The printing press didn't just create more books. It created a world where ordinary people could access information. When books scale, education scales. Next came the Industrial Revolution, and it reshaped classrooms. Factories needed workers who could follow instructions, do basic math, and show up on time. So many countries built mass public schooling: grades, timetables, bells, standard exams. It was efficient, scalable, and predictable. But it also came with a downside. Students were taught in batches, like an assembly line. One pace, one curriculum, one test, even though every student was different. In the 20th century, education expanded rapidly. More public schools, more high schools, more colleges. Degrees became pathways into professions: engineering, medicine, business, law. Universities grew into research hubs that fueled technology and discovery. But one core limitation stayed the same: one teacher, one classroom, many students, many learning speeds. Personalized education was still hard. Then computers and the internet changed the rules again. Suddenly, learning could happen anywhere. Video lessons, online courses, practice apps, virtual classrooms. You could watch the best teachers in the world from your phone. But this era also introduced new problems: distractions, information overload, and unequal access to devices and fast internet. Education became available, but not equally accessible. And now we're entering the AI era. Imagine a tutor that explains concepts in your language, adjusts to your pace, gives you unlimited practice, and pinpoints exactly where you're stuck. That's what AI is starting to do: personal learning at scale. But it also raises big questions. If AI can generate answers instantly, how do we test real understanding? What skills matter now? Memorization becomes less important. Critical thinking, creativity, communication, and judgment become the real superpowers. Education began as stories around a fire, then became temples, manuscripts, schools, universities, then online learning, and now intelligent tutors in your pocket. The tools keep changing, but the goal stays the same: help humans grow, one generation at a time.